With any luck, you've just finished watching the assembly of these guys. Now we're moving on to the finish portion. I am going to be using a lacquer product. I believe you say Deft, D-E-F-T, sanding sealer and clear finish. It's a brushing lacquer. I've used this stuff forever. I really like it, but for some reason it's not available everywhere. But my local Runnings Farm and Fleet, they had it in stock. I call these my finish blocks because I'll put a coat on the bottom, throw it on the finish blocks, you get a minimal impact underneath. They're just finish nails, you know, thrown in a little block of wood. I know Lacquer has their, I think, their bench dog cookies with the little pointies on that you can buy, but I'm cheap, and scraps, finish nails, pow. So I like to go to work. Just take a guy like this. You could probably lightly moisten this with a bit of mineral spirits to be more like a tack cloth. But generally, this is what I like to do. Clean it up like so, and then I throw a coat of sanding sealer on it. So we start off with our sanding sealer. You brush that on, you give it a little sand before you go with the top coat. Apparently all my stir sticks have gone on vacation to Florida, perhaps, or someplace that isn't here. So we'll give this a nice mixing up. So in the past, for me, the lacquer products have always had a nice long shelf life, and I found them to be fairly durable. I also like these Purdy brushes. La 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 la. You just brush on, you know, not a terribly thick coat. You don't need to get nuts. That cherry, I believe to be a very beautiful wood. Just brush it out really nice. It's about 68 degrees in the workshop here tonight, which is a wonderful temperature for these brushing lacquer products. So I kind of got the bottom jazzed up nice there. Grab some of our finish blocks, set that guy down. I like to start on one side and work my way around. Just like to brush it out real nice. How many folks out there are like me and watch that fella with the fro on the PBS and all of his happy accidents? I always loved it when he got out the big brush and did all sort of craziness with that thing. And we're not using any sort of a stain on this project. We're just going to let the natural beauty of that cherry kind of come through, the different tones and textures you'll see with that. Have any little nooks or crannies, you kind of want to brush out any excess so you don't end up with runs. We don't want any runs. Just want a nice even coat. Okay, we got the outside. We'll get our inside here. Work on our sides. Get that all brushed out really nice. I was supposed to have these darn things done some time ago, so we're working a little later into the night tonight. A nice even coat. And like I say, the lower, the more temperate temperatures gives you a nice brushing window with this product. I let the trays dry overnight, although the sanding sealer I have sanded in as little as an hour. I'm going to do the sanding with one of these handy little 3M sanding sponges. This is the Fine. A nice little scuff. With some of these curves and stuff, I'll just grab a 3M Scotch-Brite. Give it a little scuff with that. We'll do the magic TV cutaway, and when you come back, these will all be sanded like magic. Would you look at that? Everything is sanded, but now it's really dusty. So I take the old terry cloth towel that for some reason is no longer acceptable. Just kind of dust everything out. The insides I kind of fine tune with this guy. Everything's sanded, dusted off, looking great. Got a nice clean brush. Whoop. Yeah, we'll throw that on the ground. Ha ha. Stir it up. Just go to work and brush it on. Here, careful not to slop on too much. I don't want a lot of runs. Get our finishing blocks into place. Just start working your way around your projects like this. I like to use my 1.5-inch brush. To me, it always just feels about right for this smaller stuff. There'll be some more TV magic, and this will all be dry. Would you look at that? All shiny. The first coat of lacquer dried overnight and through my work day today, and here we are back. And all the little brad nail holes, I've got a little fruit wood color putty. I like to work it in. I've got this old screwdriver that I used to use to clean buffing wheels when I was finishing up a paint job and buffing it out. And for many years it's worked very well. I just get a little color putty on there, work it in, carefully take away the excess, and then clean off the schmear just with some paper towel. So I'm well underway on the second coat of lacquer. I did a crazy amount of sanding during assembly. The first coat on these guys, we use sanding sealer, Deft Lacquer sanding sealer. Went on very nicely. Last night, we gave them a scuff, and then we put on the first coat of lacquer. Used a little color putty. So there we go. That's our second coat of lacquer.